and Professor Quatarius, Zakama, sorry, Dean College of Education and Social Sciences, Nimba University, Liberia. But I will start with Madam Sherman from USAID Test to just tell us more about this uh, program. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. As you have already said, TEST is transforming the education system for teachers and students in Liberia. And the project is a 5-year
Mm.
project activity, fully sponsored by USAID. The activity is a partner with the government of Liberia to improve quality of instruction in early childhood and primary education. And the purpose of this study tour, as part of our deliverables and activity, is professional development is core. So, test study wise with the support of USAID and our contractors RTR team and IDP,
Mm.
that a study tour is necessary because we work with our 8 HETDIs, that is eight colleges of education,
Mm.
to build the capacity. So we thought that the study tour going to Ghana, another place, will enhance, will improve the quality of instruction, and for professional practice, and overall prepare for teacher aspirants by focusing on a lot of other outcomes. Because we have few outcomes that we had to go through to learn to be able to reflect, to build their capacities. So that's the main reason of the study tour, was to promote the higher education teacher training institutions, faculty, professional development, and improve the quality of instruction.
And when was the tour? How long did it last?
The tour technically was of 5 working days, but we spent about 7 days there.
Okay.
We left Liberia on the 12th and we came back just yesterday, the 19th.
Okay. Okay, so let me just go around the table and ask about some of the impressions from the tour. I will start with you. Yeah, some of the impressions that you got from the tour. How was it?
From the look of things, like we went for the study tour and we were able to visit different education colleges
Mm.
and also university. And some of the outstanding takeaway that I got from there is that the Ministry of Education is fully involved with that of the National Teachers Training Institutes. Yeah, they equip the teachers through professional development as TEST is doing along with us.
Mm.
They also try to focus on the area of education in the various colleges.
Mm.
If this college, the Winneba Education College, is only talking about education and how they can help teachers that when they leave the classroom, if they leave the lecture hall and get to the practical side, they'll be able to implement that which they have learned from their classes to practicalize every activities in the learning environment. So
Mm.
that's one of the impression that I took away.
And that's something that you would like to see in Liberia.
Yes, because like for me personally, that is what we are involved with in Cottington University at the early childhood department. So I'm the chairperson and also lecturing there. So going to see what my colleagues in other countries like Ghana is really involved with your roles and responsibility and how you can improve the system is something marvelous, and that's just what I'm gonna be doing.
Okay. Also, is that Professor Bobson Blair?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, for me, the most interesting and striking practice that I saw during my study
Mm.
tour in Ghana that I would like to see in Liberia is that I saw a resource center that are being created by most of the teacher colleges or the education colleges in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, we went to Our Lady of Apostles, college education in the city of Cape Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And there we visited their resource center, especially for early childhood education. We saw the demonstration of the various learning centers like art learning center, literature learning center, or mathematics and manipulative center. They are visible. You could see them, and the teacher aspirant, those who have been trained to be teachers, go there and practice.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next place we went to was their demonstration school. Went to the demonstration school. That very thing we saw at the resource center, they were all displays at the demonstration school where the students are in the classroom. For example, we went to the KG class. In the KG class, you see the teacher sitting down with the student, and then the various learning center are there, and she is engaging in the learning activity. I would like to see that in Liberia, in our school, especially college education. We have some fun of that in Liberia. I think some years ago there was a training done, but these are still on paper. They are not visible. We hope to see that in our college of education and also in the various schools, so that the Liberian students who are being taught will see the practical things that they can apply to their life.
Mm.
The next thing that I also want to talk about was the trip. What is the benefit? What actually benefit for the consider people benefit for the trip? As a professional, the Ghana Study Tour helped me to acquire new knowledge and skills, as well as attitude that I can use, I can apply in my area of profession and my personal life as a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
In Ghana, they have done very well to provide training for their teachers.
Okay.
Like the very university, before you become a college of education, you must be mentored by an existing public university.
Mm-hmm.
Either it could be University of Cape Coast, it could be University of Ghana, or University of Winneba. The teacher can be mentored by that university. And what they do is they have a way to assess their students. And they have uniform way of assessing their students. All the teacher colleges will send in 6 questions to the mentor school, the mentor university, and then the mentor university rather. And then they will vet the questions and come up with questionnaires or questions that all the teacher colleges in the country will take. 60% of that examination constitute the standard aspect that is from the vetting university. And then 40% of that will also come from within the school itself. So the thing is that you are taking an examination that is not from your one school. So all the teacher colleges in the country, they're doing the same test. And the material are harmonized. Like what test they're doing in Liberia now, I think from 2 years ago, they started harmonizing the curriculum. For the 8 universities we have in Liberia, they are all doing the same curriculum in the school, so that when you leave from the school and go to the school, you're going to be doing the same thing. So I look forward to seeing that in Liberia, so that all the teachers or aspirants in our school or teacher candidates in our school will be able to do the same exam at the same level with their colleagues.
Great. So, Professor Zakama, we can hear you.
All right. Thank you. You spoke in terms of impression about the tour.
Yeah.
I would specifically like to look at the challenges that Ghana went through in their education system and how actually they were able to progress that manner. And one thing I like to strike here is talking about the trying to prepare the teachers. What we actually learned is that the education system in Ghana was way back. It was not really functioning better. But what was done is that Ghana tried to send the teachers for further study. For example, if you were doing if you were BSc, then teaching in the university. Right now, they don't have that. What actually they could do is what they did is that they brought a program that will be able to build you up so that you could be able to gain your master degree instead of just BSc teaching BSc. Those that had a master already, we also understood that national government was able to provide funding for them, and they went for their PhD. So right now, when you look in Ghana, the education system is well balanced in the sense that there is no BSc teaching BSc anymore, but actually you only see PhD and masters respectively in those areas. And the next thing I would like to maybe talk about is that you may be wondering to know what really we have as people, because we went for a study tour. It said that we only gain from Ghana, or maybe we have 1 or 2 things that Ghana will gain from us. And I want to say yes. We had series of exchange, and then one important thing we're able to strike to Ghana that we are well marked for that is the issue of something you call the UDL. UDL is universal. The UDL design for the UDL is a universal design for learning, which is done to be able to help every student to at least make a pass. Sometimes in our school system, especially in Liberia, we go with the traditional method. But the UDL system are being introduced by the USAID tests has given us a ground that Ghana doesn't have this, and I even promised them that they could even call upon me and I could conduct a workshop for them to just finalize. You may also be interested to know what really we gain from this study tour that we could be able to pass over to our institution, encourage other people whether they will have interest in that. And I would like to say yes. What actually we gain was that we learned to establish partnership.
Okay.
And then we learned something like the PLC, Professional Learning Community, where instructors will come together, faculty will come together, they do a research planning and partnership for that matter. I was even invited last July to go to FOSU, College of Education, and I was able to address them on their first bachelor graduation. I have a clip here just in case you want to have that. And also, I'll be on my way in September to get to another teacher training college to be able to address them in September for their graduation.
Okay.
These are some of the things that we learned.
Okay, great. I'm also told that one of the many reasons for the study tour was to learn professional learning community, the PLC practices. Can you explain what the PLCs are and how they can help your institutions grow and develop? Maybe any of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the PLC is you already mentioned it, which is the professional learning community.
Mhm.
And what is installed within the professional learning community is a professional learning community that is a team of educators that came together. How can we help each other? How can we help to improve the system? How can we help a lecturer that is struggling? So you don't have to wait for the government to do that. Within the colleges or the university, the faculty, within the department, they come together and tutor each other. Wherever you are lacking, your colleagues will be the one to
So it's
help
like a
you.
peer review.
Peer review, you clear your doubts. Then with that, within the community, how can the university or the colleges be a help to the community, giving back, make the colleges, let the community feel like they are part of this your journey, because whenever we feel like we are part of something, it makes us to get more. So within that, the professional development will expand on knowledge base. They will also talk about developmental goal, continuing assessment, how they'll be able to help you to improve your TAs, which is the teacher aspiring. And if the teacher aspiring get out to the community, there are things that they will be doing. How will teachers get respect the effort of what we learn within the class to give back to the teachers in the classroom. Another aspect is teachers will feel free, open it, and share their failures. In that I share my failures, then my colleagues will be there to say, okay, since it went this way wrong, when you do it this way, it will help you. So we will clear our mistakes. They help me to clear out my doubt. Another thing that we do within a professional community is colleagues come together to agree and share the core values. Okay, this is positive within our university. So can you think if you adapt this system to your colleges, it will improve your student learning outcome? Then you take that to your own university and experiment it. But this is a setup that they use across all the colleges so that everybody can be harmonized. This other college of education cannot be doing this, then while the other college of education doing another thing. So you all will go together and come up with a goal, a set goal that you will implement within your various university or colleges that will go across. If a student from Cottington come to University of Liberia, if they take the education test there, they should be able to pass because this thing is harmonized. And if they leave for it to go to Nima, it should be the same. I'm not going to need my day and say dropping my courses, dropping my credit. So the professional community learning, it help you to really build yourself up and also impact the community with what you're doing in that environment.
Okay. Anybody want to chip in? Talking about the PLC. Uh, if not, then we'll talk about similarity in challenges. What you saw in Ghana on the study tour, and comparing that to here. What are the common challenges?
But
Okay. Well, that is it's funny though, but that's it. Some challenges that or some similarity that I saw,
Mm-hmm.
and I was shocked. So it surprised me though,
Mm-hmm.
which have to do with the classroom setup. The overpopulation is, I think in Africa is a global thing because I saw similar cases in Ghana, and then I was asking, I said, "Oh, you guys have an overcrowded classroom too?" They say yes. There is no education system that will be totally free, but there are structure put in place that the lecturer or the teachers know what to do. In that, I saw that. Then another thing I saw that similar to us is the the salary structure
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to employer. The teachers or the lecturer there is complaining. Some of them have problem with when you talk about the salary structure. They say, okay, that's it, because before you become a full-time professor or whatever you evolve, you have to publish. So imagine if you are not publishing, you know that your promotion depends on that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they really pop each other up. So they have similar problem. Like we have similarity with our salary structure when it comes to this very university, and also the overcrowdedness of classroom. That's some similarity that I saw in Ghana. But they know how to handle their own situation. Yeah, they put system in place to handle that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anybody can share in on the challenges that you see similar to Liberia.
yes, the challenges that we have that is similar to Liberia was the development of manpower, like I talked before.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, Ghana is a bit improving as compared to us. And then another challenging aspect we'll talk about was where the Lily has just made a strike in terms of salary payment for teachers. In fact, during my deliberation July last year,
Mm-hmm.
I recommended to the parliament, if it were possible, to be able to increase the salary of our teachers in that area there, if we need to transform the education system, which was the topic that I was able to address.
Okay. Uh, Anyone else?
Yes, I mean, through light on the challenges that are similar to ours. Or Ghana, they have done very well. The colleges that we went to, they are all under the Ministry of Education.
Mm-hmm.
So the government is the one that uh, provides salaries for them. So the issue of budgetary allocation is a challenge. Sometimes there are some things that are budgeted. They share with others. There will be delays. For this thing, there will be some delays. Sometimes they don't receive what they expect. So they were trying to share with us that these are some of the challenges they face.
Okay.
So we have similar challenges in Liberia, when it comes to budgetary issue in our country.
Yeah. Once it's funded by national government.
Yes.
During the tour, is there anything that Liberia is doing that could enrich the Ghanaian teaching profession? Obviously, it's not just everything that we learn from them, but there are things that we do here that they can also learn from us. Is there anything?
Yeah, like Prof. Sakaman said that, right? We are with this universal design of learning,
Mm.
which include everyone, whether you have a disability in any area of your life, and you have it to come to a university or even a high school or even a primary school or even ECE,
Mm-hmm.
with the universal design of learning, they are all included. But some part of Ghana education, they got a special department for that special education, But lately, according to them, they have started to incorporate that. But for us, That is what the test projects have already been pushing us to do. And since 2022, we started that way in our university and now training our teachers aspiring. That's the same training they take along to the classes to include everyone in the learning environment, whether you have disability in hearing impairment and visual impairment, you should be included in the learning environment. Yeah, you shouldn't be separated. Like the way in Liberia, some part of Liberia state, we know that the deaf have their own school. But now lately we're trying to refine our curriculum and harmonize the system that everyone will learn at all costs. Because if you the teachers or the lecturer, you are aware of what to attack or where to improve on this thing that everyone will be included in the learning, then your teachers aspiring, which is the in service teacher or incoming teacher, they definitely gonna take that mentality or that method to their teaching field, to their classes. And if we start going that way, it means like we're gonna improve gradually. So that's something that Kana really learn from us.
Okay. Okay. Anybody can chip in.
Yeah, okay, let me just come over it again. When you talk about the UDL, the Universal Design for Learning, it's mainly focusing on the different styles in learning. And that's talking about you. There's not one way, traditional way of learning should be out of the way. In other words, some will learn, by visual aid, some do kinesthetic learning, and some learn by listening. So there is no way that a student will be able to feel if only you have these different learning styles. So if you were giving tests and somebody may not be able to learn by maybe reading and writing, kinesthetic could be better, or maybe visual aid. So that's why we try to make sure that everyone has his or her part to play to make sure that the person is able to pass. That's one important thing that we promise to get back to Ghana and then conduct such a workshop for them.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let me just say something about the universal design for learning. It is a framework. Within that framework, there are principles. There are three principles that are used to teach to be able to reach every person in the classroom. So the first principle is model means of engagement. So it's like you are teaching, then you introduce your lesson, you tell the student what you wanted to learn. So the aspect is the matter of engaging into the learning activity. Then some part of the lesson you demonstrate. You call that model means of representation, where you bring visual aid, like maybe you're talking about the human body, then you bring the poster sheet, then the children will look at the parts of the body, they see that with their eyes. So that's representation. Instead of saying it, seeing everything you see is visible. And then there'll be certain aspect of the class time where you will learn to demonstrate themselves. Maybe they're touching a part of the body part or calling the names of a part of the body. So that would be model means of action and expression. So this is what we did not see. Actually, when the Ghanaians were talking to us, who were asking questions, did not very explain to us. So the aspect, I think, we're ahead, and we also in our partnership, we should share with them in detail what it actually is. And it's very important. If you use that in our classroom as a teacher, you don't actually struggle to teach because everybody is involved. The students are involved in the learning, and you're also involved in the teaching. Thank you very much.
Great. As you reflect on your journey thus far, what advice will you give to your colleagues and institutions considering participating in the study tour in the future, and what benefits do you believe such experiences offer for personal and academic growth? Maybe I can go around the table again. Your advice to your colleagues, your institutions to consider future study tours.
That is right. In terms of that, we are encouraging our individual or respective university to make use of the study tour. The fact that it is rewarding, and not only that, it's able to help so that we can be able to develop a partnership. And in addition to that, they learn to make some research together, so everybody will be able to work, which we think we talk about portfolio building that will be able to help for us to have our rank. So these are some of the things that we think is better, that we can learn a lot, because knowledge is not actually monopoly, or it is not dogmatic, but normally it's dynamic. So it goes around.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Yes. For the study tour, there are a lot of things that I really admire and enjoy. I've been in the classroom for about 11 years because I started teaching before I earned my BSc, my master's, and now I'm in the field. But there was an eye-opening session for me in the study tour that I gained to know the responsibility of the government in higher institution. Because if the government is regulating like everything across the country with the university and the colleges, Liberia will improve. I also got another takeaway on what the prof was just saying on the portfolio building. If every institution, your promotion should be depending on your publication as a lecturer, it's something that will also help you as a lecturer to improve yourself, because before a Ghanaian lecturer or to become a professor, you have to have several publication, which we don't do in Liberia. So that was an eye-opening session that I'm going to take back to my institution, Cottington, and ask about professional development improvement and what can we do to have a promotion, because I have not discussed such an issue. But with this study tour, it was an eye-opening session for me, and that's something I'm already taking back home, that we should be able to build our own professional portfolio, because that will help us to gain promotion. Because if we're not only going to be limited to library for the rest of our life, in case you get out to have an opportunity and they ask you, can you present us your portfolio, your education portfolio, that you're looking at the people, and these are things that you should be familiar with within every institution that you work. So that's something that I already took away.
More publications.
Yes, and also with our TA, which is our teacher aspiring, those who training.
Okay.
If I'm aware of this professional portfolio, then I can pass it on to my teacher aspiring also. And it will help them from down there. They start building their own portfolio until they get to the university level. Then we'll all be on the same path. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, as I reflect on my journey to Ghana, I would like to advise my department, my college of education, and the administration of the African Medical University to build on what they are already doing. Because at the African Medical University, they evaluate teacher and then they promote you on a tenure basis. If you are somebody that have published before, you are given a class, and then based on the number of publications you are done, you are promoted as maybe assistant professor or associate professor, and then professor at Ford. But the way this is done in Ghana, especially with those who are in the teacher college, is what I want to emphasize. If you come to the teacher college as a freshman, you start building up your teaching portfolio. The teaching portfolio is your activity, the activity of teachers. Your teaching activity is being documented gradually. First, you come up with your teaching philosophy or your philosophy of education, and that will help you to build up your portfolio. And then whatever you do, if you do demonstration, you do observation, or you do your journal, it's kept into your portfolio. As you build up, it go along. By the time you get to the senior year, you have something in your file, or what you call your portfolio, that you can use. There are other things that you are doing, lesson planning, or maybe you did some cards for teaching. It's called the artifact. They are part of your portfolio. This is what I would like to see in my school, that we will encourage our college education to emphasize the building of teaching portfolio for the students and then for faculty themselves. Because if the Macaulay said, if you will be telling your student to build a portfolio, yourself got to build a portfolio. So we all learn to build a portfolio from the college of education that will help us, to even appreciate what we're doing. If someone wants to know about what I'm doing, I will just take my file and give it to you. By looking at my portfolio, you say, okay, this is what is doing. And that will also give me credit when there is time for promotion. That will give me credit into my institution. They will look at my portfolio and see all that I have done, and that can have credit to me. The last thing I want to say is that Ghana has succeeded, or they are succeeding into what they are doing. They say that it hasn't been easy for them. But one thing is that they love their country, and then they respect each other. they come up with policy. When that policy is being published, everyone respect that policy. It go by that from the top to the bottom. The one want to encourage in our system. I know this organization is helping, or the test is helping us to improve our system, but what they will do and what will be left with us, we should pick it up. We should let it die. We should pick it up and continue with it so that we will own it and then we can improve our system and build a Ghana.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, for reflection on this study tour, every day we have reflection.
Okay.
So leading this team, just from the reflection I can see, and we really want to be grateful to use it for this tour. This is the second tour. Last year we had the first tour, and it's the second tour. For the 5 days, I have seen new people, new faculty members from the different institutions. So we can show our sponsors and our partners that there will be new things on campuses, on the different campuses. Right now, as we said, we are in 8 colleges. But aside that, before I started to work on this project, I've always thought wherever I work, talk about study tour. Tour in that you sit in your corner, you are comfortable. And then we all have issues to wherever we work. You don't have the time to go for meetings and there, that. But if you went out to see how people work, their system, their structure, at least you will take something from there. And it's very commendable, this tour. Coming back from our reflections, our language changed, our attitude changed, and we are all different faculty. So we are very grateful. And personally, for myself, I'm happy for this tour and hope we can have coming tour because alone it helps you.
Okay.
Because it's like you reflect within yourself and compare what you do now and see what is being done.
Yeah.
So we are very grateful for this.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We're already out of time. Maybe I can go around the table and give your parting comments, beginning with Professor Zakama.
All right, thank you. Once more, Mr. Otashus D.K. Zakama, Dean of the College of Education and Social Sciences, Nimba University. In terms of parting comment, I just want to say we congratulate you for this interview. One. Number two, we can learn a lot from Ghana, and then Ghana can also learn from us in terms of partnership, in terms of working together. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Again?
Thank you. I also thank you for this time in the studio. And my parting comment is to the young women out there, or the young girls. Education is not only limited to the classroom alone. We do education in our everyday activities, like at home. You are educated. If you get to the church, it's the same teacher you'll see there. If you get to the environment, the community, even the villages, the town chiefs you see, they are all educating. So I'm encouraging the young girls out there, take time, dive into the education college and see what we can do. If women take over the education system, there will be a lot of structure. Like places that we visited in Ghana, women are into science, women into mathematics. But we're in Liberia, we are like the opposite, especially for me when I started school. I was kind of like afraid with the math session. But I encouraging our young girls out there, take advantages, go to school, come to the College of Education. Now that USAID got a scholarship, especially promoting women, you are not in school, take advantage. You can enter Cotton, UL, Lofa, Nima, and you will make a great change. If you are educated, you'll be able to give back. You will work for your own money. You won't depend on the pockets of others. You'll be a contributor. You will be the one giving back. And that is what will make Liberia great if we get involved. All of us need to get involved. The young guys, boys, women, especially girls, because I love female when they are educated. So please take advantage of this USAID scholarship. Come to school and will help us to improve this nation when it comes to policy making and implementation aspect in our country.
Okay.
My empathic comment has to do with what we can take from what we are seeing and what we can add to what we already have. One of the colleges we went to, the professor of that college said that for us Ghanaians, we can go out, we see what others are doing, and then we compare them and then bring them together and get the best out of it and use it for the improvement of our system. We don't take somebody idea and they use it, but we can add our idea to it and then improve it to make it our own. So this is what I'm saying to our fellow Liberians, to all that in education, that we need to get together and put our ideas together and see what we are seeing out there, bring them together and put it together, and then have our own idea we can own and lead.
Okay.
The next thing I want to say is that, Ghana, they are going far ahead. There are universities that are there that are mentoring other universities. So we need to do the same thing. Because in Liberia, there will be a university that will come to and say, we are on your own. But there should be a system of mentorship that will prepare the universities to be on our own. So that whatever we do will have greater impact on the younger generation of Liberia.
Okay.
Thank you.
Like my colleague Bobson just said, I was about to say that coaching and mentoring, we should be given the chance to coach and mentor till we are there. And we just want to say thanks for their time. And one few key things we should take, I think everybody took that with them from the tour: accreditation, collaboration, and communication is the best way forward for any institution, likewise a country. So again, thank you so much for having us. We are glad to be a part of this talking show. We want to say thanks to our sponsors and all those that are in the background helping us at the office right now.
Thank you. Lastly, okay. Well, this is how we come to the end of this interview with my guest from USAID, transforming the education systems for teachers and students in Liberia. USAID tests higher education teacher training institutions from the Ghana study tour. My name is Vafle Kamara. We hope to have an extended edition of the Super Morning Show with our guest from the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning to look at government's 100 days deliverables. My name is Vafle Kamara. Keep listening to ELBC Radio.